Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Year Ahead Soul Illumination reading for the sign of Aries. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. So, hi, everyone, and welcome. Now, this reading is going to be a little different than my usual monthly readings. We're going to be taking a look at the entire year ahead, 2024, for the sign of Aries. Now, Aries, you kind of stood out to me. I wasn't going to actually read for your sign, and I heard your name coming up quite strongly here. So I'm going to start the reading by pulling a couple oracle cards. Then we're going to dive in with some tarot to really take a look at the main theme and kind of looking at the year as an arc almost for you. So we'll look at the start, the middle, and the end, and we'll pull clarifiers as needed. All right, so Aries, we have two cards that came out for you here. We have a leg up, number 34, breaking down to the number 7 in numerology, and we have to be fair, number 38, breaking down to the number 11 in numerology. So both very spiritual numbers. The number 7 really speaks to the energy of spirit. It also speaks to the confidence that we have in ourself when we understand that we are co-creating with spirit. There's also the element here with the number 11 shining through the number 38, that there is a doorway opening between what is and what can be when you have that almost the courage to take Spirit's hand and step into the new. Now, I'm going to go ahead and if I can find the little book that comes with this deck, I'm going to read the short excerpt that comes with each, and then we'll dive a little deeper here. So let's see about this leg up, number 34. Okay, so we have essential meanings: receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. It says the oracle's message: you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So this is really, when we think of the year ahead for you, 2024, this is a year that it feels like there are going to be people coming into your life, whether it could be a significant other, it could be family, friends, or it could even be new people coming in who are going to be there to give you that boost, give you that support as you need. Now, kind of like what it said here, the key to receiving help is exactly that. It's being open to receive. Sometimes we can be in that place where we want to do it alone. And Aries, you are definitely the sign that stands firm in the I am, in the I and the self and the initiation. You are the initiator in the Zodiac. But there can be a sense that sometimes that independence really does also have to balance itself out with divine harmony by also being, again, interdependent, that there needs to be a little bit of that give and take. So this is that year for you to really open yourself up to receive help. And it seems like the universe is getting ready to just give you the people necessary to be there for you, which is wonderful. And then we also have to be fair, number 38. Let's see here. So it says essential meanings: balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. So there's already something coming in here about, again, that balance, that justice, that divine harmony. And it says the oracle's message: life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing. Yet over time, they strike a balance. You move from being, from stasis, to doing, from discovering, to loving, to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. So this is that beautiful time this year ahead for you, Aries, to really understand that when we think of the number 7 and the number 11, those are numbers of faith, numbers of trusting in spirit, numbers that really speak to, again, understanding that there might not be an immediate reward in the moment, but yet if we have faith to move towards growth, again, to have faith in that divinity of co-creating, not just independently creating, but co-creating, not only with spirit, but with others, that there's a sense of the rewards will come in time. And this may be a year where maybe you have been putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort up to this point and have maybe not seen those rewards. And there's a feeling here that that there might be people kind of coming out of the woodworks, coming out of left field, who are like ready to give you ready to balance out maybe any area that you feel is a little one-sided in your life, where you feel like you have to carry the burden all yourself. There's going to be opportunities to shift the burden from yourself to others who are here gladly to accept that burden for you. So it's going to be a really nice year, I think, for many of you, of realizing the fruits of labor that might have felt very difficult up to this point. Okay. But again, this is the main theme of this year for many of you is going to be about receiving love, receiving support, receiving help. And it may boost you into places that are still yet unknown, and which will, again, bring great harmony and balance to your life experience, and possibly rewards that have seemed slow to come. So let's see here. I'm going to pull a tarot card now to really get kind of the main theme from a tarot's perspective for you all. We have strength. Yeah, definitely. So strength. This card not only represents, obviously, strength in and of itself, to be strong, to have courage, but it also represents grace. It represents the idea of when we can learn how to tame the beast within and wield it from a place of grace. What does that mean? So you can see here on this classic Rider-Waite tarot image, there's an angelic being who is closing the mouth of the lion. And that really speaks to each one of our own abilities to understand that within us there is the angelic being, which we could see maybe as what is good and light and strong in that capacity. And there is the lion, the beast within, that kind of roars to life and is ready to possibly attack. And both of those sides to us exist. Everybody has kind of that good and that, I wouldn't say bad, just that part of ourself that is less than graceful, a little bit more, again, on the attack front there. And there's that sense of understanding with strength that we all at a certain point can learn how to tame that beast within, and not to tame it to the point where it's gone, but tame it to the point where we understand how to utilize it to our benefit. We can't just be all sweetness, goodness, and light, and we can't all just be, a ferocious animal. There is always going to be that divine balance. So here's that divine balance coming through again. For many of you, you might just be like, hey, get on with the reading. But I am going to say, because it has come up here, I love old movies and I love old stories, and Gone with the Wind is one of my favorites. And there are two main heroine characters in that story. One is Scarlet, where she is the fiery, kind of could be seen more as the lion. She goes after what she wants. She can be aggressive. And the other is the Melanie character, who is like uber feminine. She is soft. She is sweet. She is kind, truly gracious. But there's also points in the story where both female characters kind of flip-flop, and they see the strength in both of each other. So there's that sense of really seeing the softness of one character and the other one standing up for that finally, and then the other one seeing the strength in the other character. And so there's that sense of we need both. Either character would not have made that story. There needed to be both sides represented there. And there's that sense here, I think, for many of you this year, where you're going to be able to balance these two sides of yourself. And really open yourself up again to the receiving. Sometimes it takes great strength to say I need help, or to receive help or love from someone else. And I think this is the year where if you kind of get yourself prepared for that, help will come. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull the kind of year overlay here of what to expect. So we're going to be starting here from the beginning of the year and we're moving towards the middle, and then we'll look at what you're ending the year with, what's coming in for you here. So you have the Three of Pentacles and the Empress, beautiful energy. It's one of building, it's one of giving birth, it's one of even creativity, creation. So let's see here. Now keep in mind, I did say this in Scorpio's reading, you know, this is not going to predict everything down to the letter that is going to happen for you. This is again, a general reading. It's more about showing you, it's kind of like telling you, this is the example I gave in their reading. It's like giving you an example or telling you that, you know, maybe you're going out to surf and it's like somebody says, okay, the wave is coming and this is how big the wave is going to be and this is when it's coming right now. And there's that sense of, if there's 12 surfers standing on the shoreline and you're one of them, each one is going to take that information in a different way. Meaning that one might sit there and say, okay, I'm going for it and I'm going to go all the way to the top. Another person might go out and say, I'm not quite ready, but I'm going to go out there anyways and just duck under the wave. And another one might try and, you know, halfway through decide against it. So what I'm trying to say is there's a sense here of giving you an idea of what to expect, but how you choose to embrace this energy, whether you go for these things or not, is completely up to you. That's where fate and destiny meet. So we have quite a beautiful progression here for you, Aries. I was thinking there's going to be one last card to come out, but so far we have the Three of Pentacles, the Empress, we have the Knight of Swords, the Six of Cups, Justice, and the Ten of Cups. Now, okay, we have two more that came out over here. So let's kind of rearrange this. Okay. So we have the Three of Pentacles and the Empress. This is, you guys are coming into the year with the energy of collaboration, of wanting to work together. I often see the Three of Pentacles, especially in this deck, as really becoming more family focused, looking at maybe building something with a family, but it could also be building with others towards a common goal. Meaning this could be where you are, you know, in your work environment, you're joining a team with a larger goal, building something in the business. You could even be building a business. And with the Empress, there's a sense of really bringing your creativity, that in collaborating, in getting on board with teams or working with others who share a common goal or a common goal that you want to build towards, it's going to bring out truly the divine feminine in you. Now, that does not mean that if you are masculine, meaning if you identify as male, that you can't be stepping into this energy. This could even be for some of you that you may be actually contemplating family planning. That could definitely be this. If you guys are looking possibly to get pregnant or have a child, with the Knight of Swords coming in, that could definitely be actually sharing this with someone in your life. Now, I'm also going to preface this with sometimes when we look at these general readings, this could be kind of a carryover from last year, or kind of, you know, if you're in the middle of a cycle last year and moving into this year, and you're going to kind of see the play out here at the end. For many of you, this is actually how it's going to start. So time is not linear, and obviously for all of you, you're in different places in your life. So again, this could be yet to happen. This could be just starting, or this could be, you might be in the middle of this whole process here in this wave of energy. So again, there's something here around possibly family planning or planning around the growth of a business or the launch of something along those lines. There is a sense with the Knight of Swords that there is a sharing of this. There is a sharing of a truth. There is communication, and there is movement forward. With the Six of Cups speaks to making peace with the past, especially with Justice coming in. There's a sense of kind of going back to a time of innocence, or going back to a time in the past with a new perspective, and therein making peace with that past version. Now, this could be making peace with a past version of the self. This could be making peace with someone in your life and literally saying, you know, I'm going to look at that and wipe the slate clean, and we're going to start fresh. Because with Justice and the Ten of Cups here, there's a beautiful opportunity to commit or bring balance. Justice is really at the heart of your reading here. And this is the sense of balance and justice and harmony coming through for you. That there is a sense here that you get a chance to balance making peace with the past with a true heart's fulfillment, the 10 of Cups. This is literally the happy family card. It's getting to touch a little piece of your version of heaven on earth. And I always look at it as just kind of that ultimate fulfillment of what you want to feel when you think of the ultimate enjoyment of your life experience. Now, what's interesting here is I feel like there's kind of like two halves of the year for you. There's a sense here of, okay, I'm getting on board with my family, I'm getting on board with a group of people, or I'm getting ready to collaborate around a creative project, or possibly looking to give birth, or around a family. I'm getting ready to go out there and share that. I mean, this could even be sometimes the Knight of Swords could be going on social media and announcing something, the business is open, or sharing a truth with somebody like, hey, I really want to start a family. That could definitely be this for some of you. And that leads you into a place of, there's kind of a decision here for many of you of, do you accept joy and all that is being offered on this side through making peace with the past? Or there is a chance here with the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, there's a sense here of, I think for many of you, getting back to the 3, because when we look at the 4 and the 7, there's an implied 3 of Pentacles here. There's a sense, I think, for many of you of looking at kind of where you've been holding back, where you've been either holding back monetarily, holding back with your time and energy, or holding back just physically from committing to something, from actually moving forward. Because the 7 of Pentacles is about really evaluating what you have in the moment and then saying, okay, I like what I see, and I'm going to continue to commit. I'm going to double down, and I'm going to start to, perfect something. Or it's looking at this and saying, it's not quite exactly what I want, so maybe I need to bring someone in to help out a little bit. Maybe you've grown a business to a certain point and now it's time to bring in help. Maybe you've grown your house environment to a certain point and now there's that realization of, okay, I've been sitting on this little bit of savings for a while and now it's time for me to combine my savings with other people who can help me, grow my home life or something along those lines. But there's something here where it's almost like this year is going to bring you back to the beginning, meaning you're going to start with a plan. You're going to start with what you really want to focus on, what you want to give birth to. There's a sense of committing to that by sharing that truth. And then there's a shift. And I get the feeling that there could even be, when we think of a leg up here, there could be somebody coming in from your past, possibly, with the 6 of Cups. There can always be that sense. But with justice, that like what's hanging in the balance here is either you can cling to the past or you can make peace with it and step into the future, which is the 10 of Cups, which is true heart's fulfillment. And that's really where you're going to see, I think, for many of you, where you have not been willing to accept help, to collaborate with others. You're going to see where you've been holding yourself back instead of committing to something that you know is ready to grow. All right, I'm going to pull some clarifiers here, and we're going to get an idea. And this could, for some of you, this could be where, there's with strength and kind of, grace under fire, there's a part of you that maybe, needs to share a hard truth with someone in your life. There can be a sense of, again, this could be, for instance, if let's say, this might have even been a failed, start to a family, meaning like this might have been something from the past. This could have been all from the past. Like you wanted to start a family with someone and you shared it and it ended up not working out. And now it's being balanced with everything getting ready to come in for you. And there's that sense of realizing, okay, I've been holding back. I see now what I'd like to kind of rebuild, and I'm ready to go back to the start, to when I really wanted this, and when maybe it didn't work out for you in the past. Or again, if you're still in a relationship, it could be making peace with what, maybe again, we all go through periods. You could be married 35 years and realize, we started off with one focus and one aim, and we got off track, and now we have a chance to maybe get back on track here, or to try again or start again. But there's a change in perspective through something, kind of almost like a divine wrong being righted, or something that got off track getting back on track. So we have the Queen of Swords clarifying the Three of Pentacles. There's a sense here of really understanding. The Queen of Swords is someone who really understands how to take a look at something, and she can be kind of sharp-tongued. She can be someone who really says it like it is, but she can also be someone who understands her own truth, her own story, the lessons she's learned, the things she's gone through, and often she can apply those to aspects of her life where she can say, I survived that, or I made it through that. But we have the Devil, we have Death, and we have the Seven of Cups. For many of you, there is a sense here around restriction. Devil and Death. The devil can be the things that hold us back. These can be vices. These can be people. These can be codependent relationships. And with Death coming in, there's a sense of needing to release that. With the Seven of Cups, there is always, for me, kind of a sense of new opportunity coming in, the opportunity for just new chances to experience emotional connection in our life. But it can also be one of illusion, one where we are kind of always stuck in this place of the grass is greener, that what if that's better for me? What if that makes me happier? What if that person is the one who will make me feel loved? And there can be that sense where that can actually hold us back. And I think for many of you, there is a sense here of realizing maybe there's been a cycle, possibly. And that could be a cycle with whatever was happening here in the beginning with this original planning, that there's something here where there is a pattern of behavior that really stemmed around kind of holding yourself back because of this grass is greener idea, or just the lack of uncertainty. I don't know, that could be better, or this could be better, or maybe I'll try that. So let's see here. Now, this also could be, I'm just going to say, for some of you Aries, you might be dealing with a Capricorn. The Devil card does represent that energy. It represents Capricorn energy. So for some of you, there may be a sense here of where if you've been dealing with a Capricorn, there could have been maybe a difficult relationship. There might have been actually at one point, maybe the relationship ended and you felt like you could go out and date other people. There could be something around that. That could even be coming from the Queen of Swords. Somebody telling the story to someone else in their life saying, yeah, well, look what you did to me. You held me back, or you ruined our relationship, or you kept chasing a dream when we had agreed, Three of Pentacles, to work together. There could definitely be something along those lines. The Death energy also represents Scorpionic energy. So some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio as well. That there's a sense of really coming in and telling it like it is around something that was really holding you back from possibly committing or focusing on what comes down this way, which is the Ten of Cups. It's hard. In order to get out of the Seven of Cups, we have to go to the Eight of Cups to realize what we need to walk away from. It's not about looking at our whole life as, well, that grass is greener. What about that? What about that? It's about realizing if something isn't making us happy, we can walk away from something and towards what our heart actually wants. But when we decide what our heart actually wants, that's when we realize that this had been an illusion all along. Okay, so for the Empress, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands. Beautiful energy. This is saying that there was, there's the energy of either, again, this is really creative. If this is something that you want to build a business off of your own creativity, this is definitely saying that there's an opportunity here. Wheel of Fortune, King of Wands. King of Wands can be a business owner. The King of Wands could also be someone who's just incredibly passionate about what they do, and they take action from that place. They're usually in a leadership position. This could also be a Leo coming into your life as well. But there is something here around the energy of creation and the potential for an opportunity to come in for possibly, for those of you looking to maybe start a business or go out on a creative endeavor, there's something definitely coming through there for you, an opportunity. But then we have the World and we have Two of Swords with the Knight of Swords. So there's a sense of some information being shared, some truth coming to light. And that is really bringing you to a place of, do I close the door on this old chapter or do I walk forward into the new? That's the Two of Swords. So it's a place of indecision, of where we can't see which option is best for us. And we're trying to rationalize it in our head, and yet we're being told that we need to go within and trust our heart, trust our intuition. And so for many of you, this could be where you're actually finally sharing a news, like either someone is finally sharing something, a truth, or you're sharing a truth, and that might actually be closing the door on kind of being 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This could be where someone finally just says, you know what, enough is enough. Or, you know what, I'm starting that business. You know what, I'm, going to follow my passions and I'm going to do something. And finally, that kind of closes with the World. That's kind of a hard and fast end to everything that's happened before that point. And you might have been in a place, or you could be in the first part of this year where you're kind of trying to make that decision. What do I do? Do I start a business or not? Do I collaborate with these people or not? Do I get on board and, trust my instinct and say, let's start a family or not? It could be one of those things. And finally you're realizing, okay, either someone shares news with you or you share news with someone else. And that's what kind of, I think, gets you to see where you've been waiting for that truth to come in, the truth to make your decision. Yeah, because then we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is where we are curious, where we're trying to gain more information, where we're trying to understand something, trying to gain clarity and context. And with the Five of Swords and the Four of Swords, there's definitely a sense here of review, of rest, of having to go back and kind of look at that Ace of Cups at the bottom here. We'll get into that in a second. But Four of Swords is just that. It's that rest needed to really go over the wounds of the past, to find our real truth in it now. Not the truth that we failed or we're not lovable, but the truth that always resides within us, that gets often buried underneath those wounds of the past. And then there's the Five of Swords, which is very much pushing someone away. This is where we want to win at all costs, where we want to argue a point till we get the last word. And there's a sense of it's at all costs. It doesn't matter if we lose friends or family. We want to have our opinion be the one that's right, or we want to be, again, have the last say. And I think for many of you, there's a reflection of understanding with the Six of Cups where this has been a lifelong pattern, where there has been a sense of having to kind of defend yourself or put yourself in a place of strength through the Five of Swords because of the wounds of the past. Now, it doesn't mean, obviously, you guys are all in different varying ages, but this could be where you're realizing where some person in your past put you into this kind of cycle of being on the defensive, of, maybe not willing to accept help even. This is definitely where someone could be pushing away help that is being offered, pushing away someone who's maybe offering with the Ace of Cups coming in underneath there, offering new love. So there is this beautiful opportunity for you to reflect, for you to gain more context there, to look back at where you might have established a pattern of behavior that has not been healthy or has pushed people away. And now you get the chance to really balance that with joy and with learning how, instead of holding yourself back, to collaborate and let others in for you. So we're going to see here with Justice what's coming in. Now, something else that just kind of came through, and I'm just going to, this might be hard for some of you to hear depending on where you are in your experience, but there could also be the ending to a relationship here with the devil and death. And it could be simply the ending of a relationship that's held you back. It could even just be a relationship of addiction. And there could be, with the Queen of Swords, somebody really highlighting that, saying, I've held myself back, you've held yourself back, and I need to open myself up to new opportunities by cutting that behavior out. But it could also be with death and the devil cutting out a relationship in your life. And there's that realization of there's more things out there for me, and it's time for me to really look at what I want to bring more of in my life. And that is the Empress. And it looks like that is what is bringing in a new opportunity. So this could be literally cutting out a bad habit, a codependent relationship, or just a relationship in general that has not been healthy. So let's see here. We have with Justice. Ooh, we have the 8 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. Beautiful. This is like slingshotting towards possible marriage for some of you, depending on where you are in your life experience. This could also be fast-moving communication to the creation of a firm foundation for a business, possibly. The 8 of Wands is quick movement. It tends to be when everything kind of aligns all of a sudden. It can also be where there is a lot of communication coming through as well. A communication that's leading to something here. So this could be communication around, again, the start of a business, building the foundation, 4 of Wands. This could be communication or a lot of movement and things lining up for a marriage to come. That can also be a foundation. But there's a sense here of all of a sudden a rebalancing of a new foundation, and a foundation that is going to be one that is going to bring in what's coming in on the other side here. So there's a beautiful opportunity. And the Justice card can also speak to contractual agreements. So there could be something here where maybe there is truly, you could be getting married. You could be having a vow renewal even for some of you. There could be a sense of signing a contract for a business or for a new business for yourself, or even just a new place of employment. Let's see about this 10 of Cups. So there's the Empress and the 3 of Swords. Yes, this is about getting into the place of true creation. Empress is our ability to create and hold space for what we would like to bring into this world. It could be a child, or it could be literally just the life experience we want to bring in. And there's the 3 of Swords there. This is the 3 of Swords that the 4 of Swords is reflecting on. The 3 of Swords is heartache and pain. And there's a sense here of having to really ask yourself, do you want to embrace the Empress and make peace with the past? And maybe release some, negative behaviors, or even an old relationship possibly, or anything that's held you back? Or do you want to sit with the 3 of Swords, which is the pain, the memory of the things that didn't go right? Because that's what's going to block you from experiencing this 10 of Cups, which is waiting for you there, which is what is waiting to be given birth to. And for some of you, this could be actually even starting a business for a second time. If it's not a relationship, or repairing a marriage, or getting a second chance at a new relationship, something along those lines, this could literally be having a second chance at, again, creating your own business. So we do have the 4 of Pentacles. There's the 6 of Cups again. So there's that sense of holding back. And this holding back, or this, clinging to what you have, really stems from whatever happened here in the past that caused you to really kind of be defensive, to have your guard up at all times, and to maybe come across as a little, someone who wouldn't be there to take the hand of somebody extending it to them. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. Beautiful. 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. So when I was talking about that progression going from the 7 to the 8. The 7 is where we're evaluating. Do I commit or do I change something up? The 8 of Pentacles is when we say, I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to perfect this. I'm ready to go for it. But with the 10 of Wands, there seems to be kind of a start and stop here of like, I want to commit, I want to learn a skill set, and then going back almost not to square one, but going back to a place of like, but I don't really want to go all the way. And the 10 of Wands is carrying a great burden. This is someone who carries that burden all alone. And I think that's really where many of you are in that place of holding yourself back because you're worried that if you commit, there's kind of this on-off, and that it might become a burden that you've carried in the past, that you've probably had to carry very heavy burdens of either, again, in work, in a business you tried to create, in a home life, even in a relationship. And there's that sense of, if I commit to something again on this level, is it going to become this burden? Is it going to be this, my cross to bear? And this is saying, no, this time you're not alone. This time you get to make peace with the past, gain clarity and understanding on where a pattern of behavior has been established. And this is where you get that chance to allow divine balance, harmony, and justice to come in to say, now you get the chance, a second chance at something. Now you get to commit to that business, or you get to commit to giving birth to the family, or you get to have that romantic partnership that is ready to come in for you. Because then we have the Sun and the High Priestess, beautiful with the 7 of Pentacles. This is true illumination of your intuition, of what you know, that deep intuitive understanding. And there's a sense here of really being able to see that spiritual side to yourself. With the Sun coming in, I get the feeling for many of you that there's almost like with the 7 of Pentacles, where you're kind of like, I don't know, do I want to keep going on this? Do I want to build on this? Do I want to invest? And then the Sun comes in, and it's almost like when we think of planting seeds, like you see in this image here, it's almost like the Sun comes out and there's that illumination, and it's like the seeds are like, hooray, here we come. But there's a sense of having this year to go on faith and trust, and to understand that, again, there's always that divine give and take. We go through hard periods in our life, and then those hard periods are balanced by periods of good, of joy and happiness, and a second chance to try again. So there is this beautiful energy this year of really being able to balance any areas of your life where you feel that something has not been fair, where you feel like you've carried the load all yourself, where you feel like you tried at something and failed. And this is that beautiful chance to allow, to receive the joy of having those areas brought to light and balanced with prosperity, love, and joy. But there has to be a sense of allowing that, and of learning how to, again, kind of tame your inner beast and accept gracefully the help and the people that want to come into your life to give you that boost, to give you this chance over here. It's beautiful. And to really grow something, I think, that you've been waiting to grow for a long time, whether this is a relationship, a home and a family, whether this is just joy in your life, kind of everything all mixed in together, whether this is the second chance at a business or growth in a career path. But it's all here and waiting for you on this side. Okay. I was going to pull a animal oracle card as well, because I didn't pull one right off the bat. So we'll close out your reading with one of these. This is a new deck I've been working with. It's the Wild Elemental. Yeah, the Wild Elemental Oracle deck. I've been enjoying it so far. I hope you will as well. So let's see here, Aries. Okay, we have Spider. All right, let's take a look. So it's Spider number 18, breaking down to the number 9 in Numerology, number 9 is the number of wisdom. It is the number of the ending of a cycle. So we get to glean all of the lessons learned and get ready to apply them in the next cycle to begin. So let's see here. We have, okay, so it's associated with the element of water, and it says spider attributes. It says weaver of the web of fate. I love that. Wisdom, creativity, divine inspiration, shape-shifting, understanding the patterns of illusion. And that's definitely right here with the 7 of cups, death, and the devil here. This is a pattern of illusion. And it says female energy for the creative force of life. Wow, that couldn't be more in alignment with getting double Empress energy here. So it says, when Spider weaves her way into your life, she brings with her some powerful messages. A master creator, she is encouraging you to express yourself in a creative form. Beyond that, she is showing you that we are all the creators of our own lives. Only you have the power to weave the life you want. Stop waiting for something to happen to you. Create what you want to happen. And that's the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. There's that waiting and that indecision of, do I keep going or do I just stay here and wait for something to happen? It says, stop ignoring your ideas and dreams. Reach in, grab your creativity, and start putting it to use. Creativity is not solely regulated to the arts. Problem solving is creative. Problem solving is creative. Business is creative. Relationships thrive when injected with a big dose of creativity. So this is just saying there's an element of just creativity in general and bringing that into getting back into a place of empowerment where you realize you are co-creating with spirit your own life experience. And that doesn't happen when we hold ourselves back, when we have one foot in and one foot out. It happens when we fully dive in and we say, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to create that business. I'm going to bring my own creative ability into everything I do. And it's because it's me, because it's what I want. It's what I want to bring into my life. It's what I want to attract. And I'm the creator of that. And by doing that, you're going to attract, just like the flies to the web of the spider, you're going to attract the people that are there to give you the nourishment and the support you need as you move through this and you start to really create that joy in your life. Great year ahead, Aries. I hope you all have a wonderful day and are looking forward to a wonderful year ahead as well. If you'd like to book your own personal reading where we can take a look at either an area of focus that you need a little more guidance in, or if you'd like to book a reading to take a look at 2024 for you, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, I will see you all in your next illumination reading. Bye, Aries.